Do you see a risk that there will be direct hits on the Venezuelan homeland or, God forbid, deployment of land troops? Or does the administration understand that's a hot stove, even too hot for them?
Yeah, I've been swimming against the current on this one for 4 weeks now, and I'm going to keep doing that. I do not believe that the administration is going to do an invasion of Venezuela. And the reason I don't believe that is twofold. Number one, Donald Trump ran as the president who's not getting us into any more wars. And that means something to his base. And number two is the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who I've spent a fair amount of time with. I think Rubio would absolutely love, as would the whole administration, to see Maduro go down. But Rubio is sophisticated enough to know that a land war invasion to affect regime change in Latin America, A, would have horrible implications. Instantly, you've lost the Argentines and the Brazilians and the Chileans and everybody else who are like, hey, we're not going back to 1890 to gunboat diplomacy. And by the way, it's just unpredictable. I mean, look, we would crush Venezuela in the blink of an eye, but would we lose people? Probably, and how is the administration going to explain that? And secondarily, turns out Iraq, Afghanistan, I could go on. When you do regime change, you don't get to predict the outcome. And chaos in Caracas, right? The largest oil reserves on the planet, right next to Colombia, which is sort of teetering with a refugee problem already, that it could go south in a very, very big way. So, no, my opinion today is that there's not a plan. But of course, sometimes the plans escape you, right? I mean, if we start,
Yes.
the Venezuelan Navy right now is escorting ships carrying petroleum outside of Venezuela. What happens? When we get into a shooting, when two frigates, a U.S. frigate and a Venezuelan frigate exchange fires. I know how that ends, by the way, but all of a sudden we're at war.